Hello, freak bitches.
Yeah, I know it's a weird, like, I was at the Funny or Die thing last night, and I was with Will Ferrell, not to drop names, but I'm a huge fan of him, and he owns the site, and we were talking, and he just gave it up to me. He's like, dude, you started it all, you know, and he goes, I used to watch you on MTV and Encino Man, and this generation doesn't know what I did. Most of the kids, the 25 and younger, they don't know that I started MTV. They don't know all the films. They don't know. They think Sandler. They think all these other guys.
Yeah.
But they don't know that I was the first. I was, you know, at the time. Because MTV was so big.
Yeah, you were the first celebrity. You and, like, Dennis Leary. Like, Dennis Leary became a big celebrity off of MTV, too. And then there was, like, Remote
he starred
Control.
in some movies, but I was starring in a lot of movies.
Yeah.
And I was doing albums, all that stuff. And I was in my 20s, and I was having an awesome time.
That had to be weird.
It was awesome.
But
But
growing up, like, in the store, like, from the time you were as old as you could remember, being a part of the Comedy Store, and then all of a sudden being 20 and being famous.
Yeah, on MTV. It
and
was the
when
best.
MTV was gigantic.
Yeah, look I had my own billboard.
Look
it was
at you.
sick. It
How
was
weird
like I was
was that?
a kid. And look, I had sold out all the shows at the Roxy. You know, I had an album, and I was doing all of it at once.
Was it weird?
It was so much fun. It was so much fun. That's why now when I look back on my films, I get kind of sad.
Why?
Because that time of my life was my happiest time.
But why does it make you sad?
Because it was really amazing, and now life is still good, but it's not like it was.
So what changed?
I think for a lot of people in their 20s, at least my opinion, when you're in your 20s, if you fuck up, it doesn't really matter, and life is like one big like whatever, and that's kind of what I miss now. Like when you get older, like things are like, you know, mom's sick or this, or, you know, there's all these like life things, you know, or like, I'm going to be 50 next year. You know what I mean? Just like things like when you're younger. Dude, I used to have like, me and my friends, we used to go to the beach and smoke pot. You know, we used to go to the Roxy. We used to go to the Rainbow. It was like...
Why can't you still do that?
Because I don't feel like it.
Well, then why does it make you sad that you don't feel like doing those things? What do you feel like doing?
Going to the Korean bathhouse and watching the news and chilling and drinking juice.
Well,
and
then
just
do that.
That's what I do.
So why is that sad? That's what's confusing.
I wouldn't say it's sad. Not the movies. Watching the movies make me sad because I miss starring in films.
So what happened? Like, why did that dry up?
I think it's several reasons. You know, number one, I was so big. And I think the bigger you are and the faster you make it, the harder you fall. I think that's just like normal because it was like you can only, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That was one thing. And also, I think the whole weasel thing was like, it was cool for a while. And then like after a while, it's not cool, just like a lot of things. And I also think I didn't listen to my agents and managers. They told me not to do In the Army Now. Remember I did it?
That was a good movie.
No, I know, but here's the story behind it. What happened was I had a 3-album deal at Disney. I had Encino Man, Son-in-Law, these big hits for me, did really well. And then it came time to do my third movie, and it was In the Army Now. And my managers and agents were like, we don't know. You know, you have to cut all your hair off and all that shit. And the script's kind of like, okay. And New Line approached us with this other film called Totally London, which is me being an au pair in London, which I thought was actually a really funny idea. And Jeffrey Katzenberg, who used to run Disney, wouldn't let me do that movie at New Line, you know, being an au pair in London. Mm-hmm. So he bought the script and shelved it. So I did In the Army Now. In the Army Now didn't do as good as the other films. And then after that, Disney didn't sign me a nut to do more movies. And then after that, I did Jury Duty. And Jury Duty didn't do so good. You know what I mean?
Right. So it was
financially.
So it was when the movies started to drop. Maybe poor choices. Do you think? Yeah. Poor choice script wise.
Exactly. Like not listening to my agents and managers and stuff at the time. But I didn't come at it like fuck you. I came at it like I want to work. I love acting. I love going to the set. That's another thing. Is like I did an Adam Sandler film. I don't know the last one he did, the Sandy Wexler. And you know you go up on the set, you know, and Adam's starring in this film, and I'm not. You know what I mean? And I used to star in films, and it's a weird feeling for me. Like I'm happy to be on the set, and I love Adam, and he's an old dear friend, and I'm super happy for him. But I was starring in films.
Right.
You know what I mean? And everywhere I go, people say, "Why aren't you starring in films? Like, what's up?" And like,
Yeah.
I can't answer it. You know what I mean? Poor choices. The Weasel shit dried up. You know, the movies didn't perform as well. I didn't listen to my agents. I wasn't like doing drugs. It wasn't like I got all fucked up.
It's just one movie didn't do so good, then the next
Yeah.
movie didn't do so good, and then they eventually just stopped coming. Because you think about
And
it
then
like it's a
Biodome,
business.
Yeah, Biodome didn't do as good as Jury Duty, even though now like it's a big hit. It's a cult hit for me.
Mm-hmm.
But at the time, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
and then I got a sitcom on Fox, and that didn't go. So things were like, and then I was also turning 30, and my 30th birthday was very emotional for me. I cried a lot on my 30th birthday because I was going from like a boy to a man, and I didn't know how to do it. You know what I mean? I was just like, I didn't know how to deal. My 40th birthday was awesome. It was great. You know, I was happy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My 50th birthday, I'll probably cry again.
It's a every 20-year thing.
Yeah, exactly. But so I miss starring in films, you know? I miss it. I love acting. That's my first love, I think, you know? I mean, you were on fucking TV.
I didn't really like acting.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah,
See,
I didn't. I mean, it's okay.
Because you were great on that show.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I loved that show. I loved working with those people, but I've done some other acting. I was like, it's okay. It's not my thing. Like, stand-up comedy to me is more fun.
And then hosting. You love hosting.
I mean, I like doing the UFC, like working for the UFC and doing stand-up comedy and doing commentary for the UFC. Those things are fun. Doing this is fun. But acting to me was like long hours waiting around. And then also, a lot of actors are cool, but there's like 10% that are just fake. They're just weird sociopaths. They're just they care about themselves. They're complete narcissists.
Yeah.
They don't have. I can't connect with them.